need to stop reading books that make me cry. Good morning. It's Friday, the 29th, 30th. It's at some point in April, at the end of April. So I finished all of the books that I was reading during the week. Feral Sins that I had been complaining about, you know, it wasn't the worst book I've read, it wasn't the best. I don't have anything particularly positive or particularly negative to say about it. It's just nothing that I haven't really read before. Like, I had my paranormal romance phase in my late teens and early 20s, so I've read enough sort of shifter romances for me to know that that was nothing special. Although I'm quite disappointed because the people that had rated it lowly in Goodreads had mentioned that they didn't like it because of an orgy scene that was in it, and I was like, right, I'm not going to DNF it, I'm going to keep going because I really want to sort of like listen to this or read this scene simply to see what the shock value was, but that didn't happen. And then apparently it had been republished without that scene, so I don't know how bad it was that they had to republish it without it, but I'm quite disappointed. Then I finished reading Love in the Wild. Oh my god, right, I don't think up until this point I have ever rated an Insta-Love kind of book 5 stars, but this was perfect. It was so good, it was so emotional, like I cried at the end. It was just, normally gravitate towards contemporary and historical romances as opposed to fantasy and paranormal, but this had just the right level of magical realism that it was like you had the kind of vague fantasy element without it being kind of full on, and I loved it. It was really mysterious, the setting was good, the characters were good. I mean, the Insta-Love connection, once you take into consideration the magical realism aspect of it and like the fact that he's grown up around animals, so the kind of mating ritual and instant connection thing is kind of more excusable than if it was just two people meeting in like an office or something, or the pub. Like, it worked in the end for me. The ending was perfect. It's just, it was so good. Like, definitely would recommend it. So then I had came to bed, and it was like too early to fall straight asleep, but it was too late to start an actual book. So I read that short story that I talked about in my Kindle Unlimited haul, where it was the Shared at the circus themed one. Jesus Christ. I don't even think I rated it because I walked away from it so flummoxed. I think it was like 23 pages, right? So it wasn't long. It only took me about 15 minutes. I don't even think it was only 23 pages, so like it didn't take any length of time to read, but it was so weird. It was like, and it wasn't even weird because there was any like elements that were kind of off-putting. It was just this image of this woman being gangbanged off of a bunch of clowns. It just is really unsettling. I, what? I just didn't even know what to say when I'd finished it. And then when I fell asleep, I lapsed into a dream/nightmare where I had ended up having a dream about clowns, not like getting gangbanged off clowns or anything like that. Just gonna clarify that right now. But yeah, I had a nightmare/dream about clowns and ended up waiting with a start and fell out of bed. So my shoulder's really sore this morning, and I have a bruise all down my arm because I've got like a bedside table/nightstand thing right next to my bed, and I've whacked my arm right off of it. So that's fan-fucking-tastic. And then what else did I do? Yeah, once I had fell out of bed, I couldn't get back to sleep properly, so I just put on an audiobook, and again from the Kindle haul, I had downloaded Curing Dr. Vincent by someone. who wrote that book? Curing Dr. Finch, Renee Mason. And that's a weird, and that's a kind of weird setup because so many elements already. Like the heroine is the daughter of a serial killer, so there's that. But then also you have the hero who has deep sort of psychological trauma from something. I'm assuming from the context round about it that it might be sexual assault related, but I don't know yet because I only listened to the first couple of chapters. So, the audio isn't included in KU. I listened to the audio on another app. Which one was it? Was it audiobooks? Was it Audible? Was it Scribd? I don't know. It was something. So I'm gonna listen to that while I'm tidying up. I've got a few things to do that need done that I just can't be bothered doing, but it's important stuff. Still need to figure out how we're gonna do this buddy read. I don't even know. Like, I'm so bad at decision making and agreeing with people over things. Like, just tell me what to do and I will do it. I'm like the perfect submissive. So I'm gonna go and message Megan and Bethan. No, Megan and Bethan? What the? So I'm gonna go and DM Bethany and Megan and figure out what we're gonna do because I'm stressing myself out. So I should probably slide back into those DMs and say something because I know that I'm being really unhelpful right now. Because I know I'm probably being really unhelpful and seeming like I don't care. It's just I got overwhelmed with decision making. So yeah, that's great. I also need to go and put together my TBR for the Love in the Night readathon. And then I remember I said I was going to be filming today and tomorrow. Well, haven't done any filming today either. So I might, we're changing the plan. This is what's going to happen today. So I'm going to tidy up while I'm listening to the audiobook. By the time I finish tidying up, the audiobook should be done or almost done. Then I'm going to get ready and finish listening to the audiobook while I'm putting my face on. And then film something, just something, anything, just to get it done. And then I will read Ladies' Night at the Fireball Club. Then I will cook dinner. Then I will watch a film with my children. Then I will go to bed. That's probably not what's going to happen, but that's the vision for the day. That is my vision for the day, how I think it's going to go. So yeah, I'm rambling. I'm going to go. Bye. One task is completed and I look acceptable enough to essentially be talking to myself in my bedroom while on camera. Gonna go and finish everything else. Just wanted to bask in the glow that is success for 30 seconds. I need to start filming more often when I've got this kind of manic, chaotic feeling in my bones and soul and cells. That went well. I literally just filmed one video. Literally just did my TBR for the paranormal readathon. Productive day. But I did get all my housework done. Which was a priority. I haven't read anything. Was too busy talking to the children while I was cleaning, so yeah. Gonna go and get on the reading that I was supposed to be doing there. And I'll check in probably tomorrow by this point. God, the sun is so bright today. I don't know if this is making me look good or making me look terrible, but we're just gonna go with it and hope for the best. Just my life, yeah. Good morning. It's Saturday. In the morning, I like to have a quick flick through YouTube before I get my stuff done, and just came across some ridiculousness. and I just came across some ridiculousness. So I don't really use booktube because everybody just fights in there, and I don't really like getting involved because it makes me feel really anxious. So I usually get any sort of like drama, tea, all of that sort of thing from videos on YouTube where people collectively gather it all together and then present it to the world. Perfect example, Jess Owens, who does the book community videos, Izzy at Happy For Now, who does the I can't remember the title of her video series, but she does like the drama from kind of like Romancelandia community, and there's another one, I can't remember the name of the channel, but it's like one of those tea spill channels. And this morning I went on there, and this morning that came up in my recommended, and it was a video I had missed, and they were talking about, and they were talking about a reviewer who, I don't even know who it is, I need to look it up and see if it's someone that I have previously followed in the past, but anyway, people were coming for Sylvia Moreno Garcia because they had quote tweeted a tweet months ago clarifying something to someone who was complaining about Mexican Gothic, right? So in Mexican Gothic, somebody has a seizure, and then someone tries to put a spoon in their mouth, and then someone says, no, you're not supposed to do that when someone's having a seizure. But this reviewer had said that this reviewer was talking about how the author doesn't care about disabled people and stuff like that, and as an epileptic, she was really upset, and all of these other epileptics were really upset, right? Now, I read Mexican Gothic last year, or was it last year? So I read Mexican Gothic last year, right? I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. Like, it was really good. It just wasn't one of my favourites of the year. And I remember the seizure scene, and I was like, shit, when they put the spoon in my mouth. But then the doctor said, like, you shouldn't have done that. Like, don't do that. You're not supposed to put spoons in someone's mouth when they're having seizures. And I was like, yes, love that, because there's still this misconception that if someone is having a seizure, you should put something in their mouth to stop them choking on their tongue or biting their tongue off, which obviously is not. I will put a little resource in the description box on first aid for people who are having a seizure, to clarify. And like, I saw it and I was like, that is like the biggest overreaction ever. Like, there are times where my epilepsy is literally ruining my life. When that was included, especially with the part about how you weren't supposed to use the spoon, I was like, yes, love this. So to go off about it, it's like, what? It's like Lauren Hough, whatever her name is, going off about a 4.5 star review. Like, someone included something and they included it sensitively in a way that shows that what the person did was wrong. So I'm sorry, but like that doesn't make sense. I decided to just include the author's response on Twitter, where she was very sensitive and even stated there it was not an epileptic seizure, so haha. But then that channel also went on to expose her for ableism and also insensitivity towards authors and people of colour. So I'll include the link to that video, because I was like, if you're gonna call out people, for something, have a clean sheet, have a clean record. Like, nobody's perfect. Nobody in the world is perfect at all. And I think that everybody in their life at least once have slipped up and been insensitive about something. Because it's human nature to make mistakes. And the only thing that you can do if you make that mistake is educate yourself and then be a better person or act better or treat people better moving forwards. That's all you can do. But yeah, I don't know. Didn't like that whole thing. But yeah, I don't like that. I was like, I'm part of that epileptic book community. Please do not like drag us all into this. I'm gonna go find out the name of the account, go search Twitter to see what other people have said, and hopefully I find other epileptics in the same boat as me who are like, what the fuck, how did I miss this? And also, please stop. Today's plans, I need to film my April wrap up, but I really don't want to because I am so tired already. So I am gonna go and start reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm excited about this. So I need to go and look up sort of buddy read etiquette. This is the first buddy read I've done. So I don't know if I can actually like vlog and talk about it because we've got 2 weeks to read it. Because obviously we're busy people with busy lives. I'm probably, I know I'm going to probably end up getting into this and then finish it today or tomorrow, but yeah, we've got 2 weeks to finish it. But I'm going to go and do that now. No, I'm not. No, I am. No, I'm not giving in to temptation. I'm not going to give in to temptation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start tidying, then get ready, then film a wrap up, and then start reading A Court of Thorns and Roses because I am a grown-ass woman and need to make mature decisions that aren't let's lie in bed and read all day because I have things to do, places to go, people to see, kids to take care of. So I am going to do that. So, yeah. Bye.
So like, it's 6 p.m. and I've still not read anything yet. So driving. I spent most of the day breaking up fights, tidying up, and just filming. So fuck today, right? Because it's not been successful so far. And I'm pretty sure I can hear them about to start arguing in the other room again. So, duh. I've finished everything that I need to do. It's time. I'm so excited.
I can't believe that's actually the most powerful laser in the world. It can't even go through an orbit.
Same. So it's Sunday, is it? I think it is. And the reading plans have been put on hold. I've read like the first quarter of A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm fucking loving it so far. People had said that it was pure slow in the beginning, but like I'm feeling that it's kind of paced it alright. But I've just been kidnapped, and apparently we are going on a journey to see the sunset somewhere. I've not been told where, but I've been told we're driving northwest. So I was thinking, we live in Glasgow, so it could have been, I'm thinking maybe like it could be Loch Lomond, but that's not 3.5 hours away. So maybe thinking towards Ben Nevis is too far. So like, I don't know where we're going. I don't think I'm gonna get murdered, so that's good. And I just don't want people to see that I'm filming myself in the car, so just gonna look about like there's nothing happening. So I'll try and get some pictures, and I'll try and get some video footage of the sunset wherever the fuck it is that we're going. My hair's still wet. I've lost my hairdryer, so I'm hoping that the air conditioning or the heater in the car is going to dry my hair before we step out of the car somewhere. So love that, love this, loving the mystery. We ended up driving really far. This is just before Ben Nevis, so yeah. We found stag.
You pick the carpet on or something.
I don't like to startle it. Oh my god. Hands are so shaky.
It doesn't look right to go, does it?
I know, because it's like there's people everywhere. I can't believe that I am 32 years of age and this is the first time I've seen a stag in the wild, and I can't emotionally deal with it. I really want to cry. And here we are at the infamous Glenfinnan Viaduct. Harry Potter could never. It is literally so beautiful here. I could literally sleep here. I could literally just stay here all night. Out the road. Belly, there's three. There's three.
So it turned out we actually went on like the most gorgeous journey ever, and so lots of scenery up north. We did go away up sort of the Ben Nevis route and went to the Glenfinnan Viaduct, saw a humongous herd of deer, and I loved it. So it was an amazing night. 10 out of 10 on the romantic gesture scale.
Okay. Right, so it's 8 p.m. 8 p.m. as at 8 in the evening, right? On Monday. And this is the first chance I've had to read anything since yesterday morning, yesterday evening. Since yesterday at 3 p.m., where I managed to read like 2 chapters of my book in the bath. That's it. I've been so busy. I've had so much stuff to do, and I just don't want to do it. I just want to read. On another note, yesterday, when I get kidnapped, we actually ended up going.
Mummy.
Yeah, so as I was saying, haven't read a single thing. So I'm gonna go for a bath right now. Hide from everybody. You can probably hear my house is so noisy. Everybody's like getting sent to bed shortly. And I need some quiet. Like, I really need some quiet. I feel overwhelmed. So, since Friday, I've read that much of A Court of Thorns and Roses, which isn't a lot, but I keep getting interrupted, and then there's stuff needing to be done, and then we went away for the day, and yeah. And I've listened to like 3 chapters of A Worthy Opponent by Katie Robert on audio. And I started last night when I went to bed. I downloaded The Bride Test by Helen Huang on my Kindle, and I read like the first page and then fell asleep. So, not doing good in the reading front. But I had a really nice time last night. I will explain as you will have seen, because you now know, due to the footage I just showed you, where we went and what we done. So yeah, good times but bad vibes, because I seriously need to go and read something, and I'm pretty sure that wardrobe was closed about 5 minutes ago. So my eyes is haunted also. Loving life.
It's Tuesday morning and I'm tired, like really unhumanly, like inhumanely tired. Yeah, so that's the thing. Last night, like I said, I had been trying to read for days, and just there was so much stuff, it was too busy. So I stayed up last night reading. I'm now about halfway through A Court of Thorns and Roses, and obviously buddy read etiquette states that I can't talk about it just now. But what I will say is I am absolutely loving it thus far. I didn't think I would like it this much, if I'm being perfectly honest. I thought it was going to be more of a kind of... I thought it was going to be more of a kind of... Not quite a hate read. It's not a hate read. It was never going to be a hate read. But it was going into something where I had low expectations due to other things that I had heard, because it seems to be that people have either really loved these, or they've really just disliked them and thought that they were overrated nonsense. But so far, like, I'm really vibing, really enjoying it. Can't say anymore. When it was time to turn off the lights, I started reading The Bride Test. Like I said yesterday, the night before I had like read a couple pages and then fell asleep. So last night I read the first couple of chapters. Loving, really liking how this is going so far. Don't quite know how I'm feeling about Kai's mum yet. So Kai is on the autistic spectrum, and the book opens up with him at a funeral, kind of unsure why he's not feeling as sad as everybody else. And it seems to be that everybody knows that he's different, but from the context surrounding it, I don't know if it's one of those situations where you have a family who believes that autism, and I don't know if it's going to be the family who has the sort of vibe that autism and ADHD and all sorts of things like that aren't real. Because I know that there's families who don't believe that they're real and just think it's a stick-on label to put on naughty kids and stuff like that, which I really deeply disagree with. So I'm hoping it's not that kind of vibe. But at the point we're at now, time-wise, he's 26, and his mum's just went to Vietnam to vet potential brides. And I'm gonna have to check the pronunciation of this, but the character's name is spelled M-Y with a little accent above it, so I think it might be May, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna check that. So our heroine is working your sort of standard blue collar job. She's cleaning in an airport. Is it an airport? It's a place, public place. And it turns out that she's a single mum, and then has been approached with this once in a lifetime opportunity because Kai's mum is like, look, come to America, you can have a month, you can have a summer there, you'll be provided for. Obviously she's a single mum working a low paid job, and this opportunity she's probably never going to get again. So I got to the point where she was talking to her parents about so I got to the point where she was talking about I got to the point where she was talking to her parents about going to America, and then fell asleep. So I still don't think I got that. So I still don't think that I got much further into the book than I had expected to, than I had anticipated. But I just keep falling asleep. But like I said in my previous vlog, I am going to blame my medication for that, because this drowsiness is just wild. It's Tuesday, so there's going to be reading sprints tonight on Kayla's channel, and there is no way, and they still have like a spot left, and I was going to do it, but I've just got this feeling that I am going to be absolutely exhausted. So yeah, so I don't know if I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring or not, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know yet. So I'm gonna go and read a little bit more of A Court of Thorns and Roses. I've got my to-do list prepared for sorting the house and things that I need to do.
It's Wednesday. I'm so tired. Right, so I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses last night, so that's a thing. And then I'm about halfway through the bride test. So currently, like I had said in my TBR, I was kind of concerned that I might not enjoy the bride test as much as I did the Kiss Quotient, because I adored that book, and I think that I'm not enjoying this one as much currently. I'm only at like 40 odd %, so there's still time. But I think my suspicions may be correct. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Videos to edit for next week. I'm probably not going to do that today. I'm just going to go read. Yeah. Seems like a wise choice. So, I feel very much on the loving aspect, half of the spectrum, when it comes to A Court of Thorns and Roses. Absolutely loved it. Did have some problems with it, but gave it 4.5 stars anyway. I'll talk about that in my wrap up. But yeah, I was vibing. Can't wait to read the second one. I've got it on my bedside table, just waiting to go. The next one in this trilogy, series, whatever it is. Nothing more to say in the matter. Can't fully understand the Tamlin hate at this point, but there's still time.
It's still Wednesday. Probably. I think. I don't know. Everything's all running into each other. Look at my hair. It's such a mess. I'm gonna go wash it in a sec. But thought I would just check in to say I'm seriously vibing with the bride test. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Right, so don't like the fact that Esme's lying to Kai, but I can understand why she is. But I just find Kai so endearing and lovely, and it's quite refreshing to see him struggling with his emotions, because he keeps saying that he can't love her, he doesn't feel love, but from the reader's perspective, like everything that he's saying, you can see that he is falling in love with her, and it's just so wholesome. I'm really enjoying it. I just hope that she tells him soon about the stuff that she's not lying, she's lying by omission. I really hope she tells him soon, because if he lets his guard down and tells her that he loves her or something like that, and then she breaks his heart, then Esme and I are going to have some serious beef. There's going to be some issues that need resolved, because I'm not letting that happen. He's too precious to her. But yeah, I'm gonna go finish that. I think I'm at like 60 or 70%. So I'm imagining. So I'm anticipating that the conflict is probably gonna happen in the next chapter or the chapter after that. So not looking forward to that. But yeah, that's how my reading's going so far. I thought I would get reading done this afternoon, but I had a migraine and fell asleep for an hour and a half before I had to pick the kids up from school, so that was actually amazing. Not the migraine, but the nap. So I got an hour and a half during the day. Loved that. I'm gonna go watch this, even though I really can't be arsed. And they've just turned up to Stella and Michael's wedding, and now I'm just thinking about the kiss quotient all over again, and oh, I'm feeling good. Right, we've still not hit the conflict yet, but I think it's coming. I think it's coming this chapter. I think it's coming. Not feeling good vibes, because everything's just getting progressively sweeter and Kai's getting more increasingly comfortable, and I just don't want the relationship to completely implode. And again, because it's a romance, you know that it's going to be fine in the end, but I still don't like that sick, churny, anxiety feeling in my stomach, because I become too invested in a pure hyperfixate on the stories that I'm reading. So it's not great. Because I can feel those kind of like waves of kind of butterflies starting already, because I know that the conflict's on the way. I think reading is probably not one of the best hobbies for an empath, due to the fact that we kind of shoulder everybody else's emotions and everything like that on top of our own. And if you are reading, I imagine that the transference is kind of the same, especially if you are able to kind of vividly picture the book playing out in your head. So, is reading bad for my mental health? Completely unrelated to my book, something really cool just happened. So I opened my fridge to remove pies, and a packet of cooked meat slipped out of the fridge. I didn't know it was slipping out of the fridge. I just instinctively put my hand up and caught it. And I don't think you can fully grasp how cool this was. It was like I opened the fridge door and then just went caught it. And not gonna lie, I probably felt way cooler than I actually am when it happened.
was really concerned that I wouldn't like it as much as the first book. But I did.
You know, that way that you film a whole video and it takes you an hour to film it, and then it turns out that you didn't actually press record. Yeah, that. Right, so we're on Thursday. I've hardly vlogged this week. I've been so busy. There's been stuff. People have been at home, so I can't really record as much. So, right, where's the updates that we have? I finished acotar, might have already said that. Loved it. Fucking loved it. Gave it 4.5 stars. Talk about it. We're gonna do a live show. We're gonna do a live show talking about it, so not really want to go into too much detail right now. What else did I finish? Oh my lord, I finished the bride test last night, and I tell you what, I absolutely loved it. I was really nervous because I'd read The Kiss Quotient, and it's probably the best romance book that I've read this year so far, and I was really nervous about reading the bride test because I was worried that I was kind of being spoiled with The Kiss Quotient, and then it was going to turn out that the subsequent books were going to just not please me the same way. But oh my god, it was so good, and I cried, and it just it was so wholesome. I am also almost finished Waiting for a Scot Like You by Eva Lee, which I'm listening to on audio at the minute, and oh my god, Duncan. Jesus. So I really enjoyed the first two books in the Union of the Rake series, and I loved that in the last book, which was Would I Lie to the Earl, we had the submissive hero, and now we've got very much the opposite because we have a sexually dominant hero in Waiting for a Scot Like You, and I am really here for it. I am ready to scour the Highlands to see if I can find a Duncan. I think I've got, I don't know how long, I've not got that long left on it, so I am going to be listening, so I am going to be completing that tonight. Super excited, super here for it, super buzzing. And then I'm going to start reading on, and my Kindle's charging at the moment, so once I'm finished listening to Waiting for a Scot Like You, I am going to start Rush by Brianna Hale, which is the book for which is the May read for the Taboo Book Club. So really looking forward to some daddy kink in my life, because, you know, it's the vibe. We love to see it. I'm so desperate to read the second one. Like I said, I really enjoyed the first one. I do have some criticisms, and I'm going to say one of those criticisms right now. So, that I did not appreciate the fact that Sarah J Maas kept using the term watery bowels every time that Freya experienced any sort of fear and anxiety. I think that it was used 3 times, and I was just like, come on, seriously. The thing is, right, I've had times in my life where I have experienced really acute anxiety and really acute fear for very real reasons, and never once have I thought to myself, my bowels have gone watery. Not once. I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen to people, right? I imagine that it does, right? But why put it in a fantasy romance? Like, I just feel it's unnecessary. It's a bit much. It's a bit much for me. But yeah, looking forward to reading the second one. Gonna go and finish listening to Duncan dominating Lady Faris, and then get myself, and then consume some daddy kink. So I've got an amazing evening planned. Love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. So I was completely off time wise. Like, so I completely lost track of time because I had some stuff to do and the kids to put to bed and dinner and stuff like that. So I just came to bed, and I thought I was like almost finished Waiting for a Scot Like You, but I was only like halfway through, so I'm now at 70%. and we've just went 50 Shades of Tartan all of a sudden. So Duncan is what Lady Pharisee's starting to tie her up, and I was not expecting that. I mean, the books just keep getting progressively better. So loving this, loving everything about this. There are no complaints. I'm living my best life. So I'm now in bed, eating chicken nuggets and listening to 50 Shades of Tartan. So, stunning. Last night, when I finished the bride test, I said I was gonna stop reading books that make me cry, and yet again, here we are. I'll need to look into this, but I'm pretty sure that is the last book in the Union of the Rakes series. But okay, I would really, really, really like a book or even a novella that kind of explores how Curtis and Roll ended up together. Um, Normally, I kind of avoid women writing male romance, but I would make an exception here. Another thing, right? I said this when I read My Fake Rake. I said it when I read When I Lighted the Duke. I desperately need this adapted. I desperately need this adapted, especially because the books were already inspired by films. It was just, oh no, no. Right, please. I am begging everybody, anybody, and everybody to please adapt The Union of the Rakes. Please, please. I need it so bad in my life. I've never wanted anything more than I want this right this very second. Oh my god, that was so good. Like, I. Right. I need to calm down. Okay. It's rare that I get so excited about a new release, okay? But I needed that. I needed that so bad. I wanted it so bad. I needed it so bad. It was just so good. This is gonna be like the gushiest wrap up ever because I am just straight up loving what I'm reading. Absolutely loving what I'm reading, and we're only 5 days into the month, and I am so buzzing. Every book, I, I, this is a bold statement, okay? So, me. So, I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses and I gave it 5 stars. I finished The Bride Test and I gave it 5 stars. I finished Waiting for a Scot Like You and I gave it 5 stars. Right, okay, you see where I'm going with this so far. Okay, right. So see if we keep heading on this pathway, this journey. Imagine we had a whole month of 5 star reads. I would die. Not physically, like not physically what's the word? Physically expire, but like right, okay. My god, I need Jesus. I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go, and like I said, it's 2 a.m. or something like that. Let's see what time is it. 25 past 2 in the morning. I have downloaded Rush by Brianna Hale onto my Kindle. I know that if I'm reading something on my Kindle, I will be able to drift off to sleep. So I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna go
and start reading the beginning of that and then see how that goes. Because I swear to God, right? I swear to God, see if the next book I read is another 5-star, I swear to God, I'm gonna be so buzzed. I've literally not experienced this level of excitement all freaking year. I need to chill. It's way too late. It's way too late to be this pumped up about anything. So I am gonna go to sleep and I'm gonna wake up. So I am gonna go and read till I fall asleep, and then when I wake up tomorrow, it's gonna be a good day. I can feel it already. I have such good vibes. I have such good vibes. I have such good vibes.